Good morning. Welcome. I have decided to try another craft with me. This is from, I've been inspired by a tutorial from Wendy at Wendy's Journal Adventures. I will link her video below of the one that I used for my inspiration. There. She made a trifold to slip into a journal, and it was wonderful. So this is my take on it. I have taken, this is ledger lines from Ephemera's Vintage Garden, and I've printed it on a piece of heavy cardstock. This is one side that I will use, and then I've taken a piece of cardstock that's double-sided. Now this is for a masculine journal that I'm doing, so I'm keeping the embellishments and the patterns and all that sort of thing simple. So what I do first is I've trimmed my piece of ledger. It had the white all the way around, so I've trimmed that off. And then I glue if my glue comes out. Hope everybody's doing well today. It is a beautiful but cold day in Florida. Now, what that means in Florida, it varies, of course, but today it means mid-30s. We're in northwest Florida, so we get a little more chill, than the other parts of Florida, I'm sure. Okay, so I'm just putting my my art glitter glue. Goodness, can't think this morning. On one side, and then we glue it down, yeah, right about there. And I wipe my glue mess off and spread it out. I'm not worried a whole lot about the edges because I will be sewing around it. But if you're not sewing, by all means, get those edges really well. Okay. Put the pin back in the glue. And then we cut around the edge. Right up to the edge. All the way around. And since I don't cut straight, I don't cut it all very well, so I have to go really slow. I get so befuddled with cutting. I don't know how I passed grade school, frankly, with my cutting abilities. But I find if I kind of slant the scissors, sometimes, and go slow, it works a little better. I've tried what other ladies do with rounded objects cutting and just move the paper and not the scissors. That helps a little too, but I'm not a good cutter. I'll be honest, I'm not very good at all. But be that as it may. Am I even in frame? Oh my goodness. I am just... Alright, glad this is not a tutorial, and I'm just bringing you along with my crafting. So today's Saturday. It's still early, so I'm letting my sweetheart sleep a little longer. And then it's yard estate sailing day. I love estate sales. They're just awesome. Okay, here's one side, the outside, and then this is the inside. Alright, now what she did hers with a big piece of a 12 by 12, and she did hers bigger, but I brought mine down to fit this. Okay, so she did it in 3 parts, and I think, if I remember right, it was just like look at it and does this look good, and you know, just eyeball it. So I'm going to go in about there, and that would be about, what is that? Yeah, about 4 inches wide. Squish that down like that, and then fold it over this way. Alright, not quite to it, but more. It is kind of thick, so with my arthritis, my hands have to kind of really work at it. Okay, so there's your trifoldness. Trifoldness, is that even a word? At this point, you can ink around it, you can however you want to do it. I like just a little ink around the edges. If you want, you can fold it the other way and ink the creases. Just the generalness of this, and then you just go crazy with however you want to add to it. And really, I don't think it needs it around the outer edge, or the outside edge. Let's see that inside edge. Just a little. Yeah, my ink pad's getting dry. I know, I need a new one. I hate getting new ones. I use this one and re-ink it and re-ink it until it just won't re-ink anymore. Okay. So there's the basic. Now you can do whatever you feel like on the inside. What she has done is, what did I use? Oh, that's right. She took, do you want to use that one? Yeah, that's the one. Okay. I really know what I'm doing. All right, so we've got this much space to work with. We've got less than 4 inches, so I will go 3.5 inches, and then however deep you want your pocket, and I'd do 3.5 by 3.5. That works for me. So we take our scrap piece, get our trimmer out so that I don't pain myself with my cutting abilities anymore. Let's see if we even have 3.5 here. Let's see, 3. No, because we want to fold it in. So I would go 4.5. Yeah, we'll try 4.5. See what that gets us. 4.5 by 3. Ooh, almost. A little less than 3.5, because I don't want that there. Okay. Rid of the trimmer. Oops, excuse me, didn't mean to hit the camera. And then get out our trusty scoreboard. Excuse me. Is it 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch? Was that right? That will give us 3.5. Let's try that. I'm not real good with numbers. Yeah, this should be good. And then, yeah, I think I'll just do 1/2 inch on either side. That sounds good to me. Now, you have options here if you have double-sided. You can do it on this side. You can do it on the other side. At this point, I usually go for my 2-inch circle punch. Let's see if I make it in frame. Oh my goodness. And then just do a little notchy poo. There we go. And ink the top just a little bit. Yeah, I like that. And then glue her down. Glue the flaps. And glue the flaps. And glue the flaps. Oh my goodness, come on, glue. There you go. Yeah, you gotta sweet talk the glue sometimes. And a little line across the bottom. And the other flap. Now this is just a basic, really simple pocket that I've made. But you can embellish to your heart's content. I'm just making this for a guy, so you know I don't feel embellishment is a real good thing here. Okay, and I can still, after I do this video, I can still sew around. I'm not making that impossible. Okay, then she does a pad of paper in the middle. Different people, different thicknesses of pads. It's up to you. I just grabbed a few sheets of paper here. So again, it's 4 inches by, I would say 3 3/4 by about 7.5. Let's try that. Or however long my paper is. Maybe I'll just use the longer. Let's see. Let me get a few more pieces here to make it a little thicker. Okay. So we've got, I don't know how many pieces now, but still, I think it'll be good. Let's see. By 7.5, I think I said. I don't have to get out my super long, take up the whole space trimmer. I can just measure the old-fashioned way with a ruler, and then get out the little trimmer and trim that off. And then, what was that we said? 3 3/4, that's right. Thank you. 3 3/4. Excuse me. Now, when I'm off camera, I will sew it. And I will sew just across the top. Now, if you were doing a female one, you could definitely add lace as you're sewing, or lace on top of your sewing, however you wanted to do that. See, it fits right like that. You can add tags at this point also, or a library card would also work. That'd be cute. Oh, yeah, I think I'm liking that. Library card. And then for the closure, let's move this out of the way for a minute. She does a really cool, she does circle punch, that's like an inch circle punch that she layers 2 or 3 of them together, glues them, and then puts a brad in the middle and then hooks that to it, and then you can wrap your twine around and around. It's really cool, but I am going to do it different. So I get my, what do you call this? Die cut for a tab. And it's out of a heavier cardstock, but I keep them both together to make it even thicker. And then I ink all around it. Now, you can do a lot of things with the tab. You can stamp it, you can emboss it, you can add a butterfly to it, a floral, however you want to embellish it. But again, since this is for a guy, I'm going to leave it non-embellished. So I fold it down. Let's see, million frame? Okay. I fold it down where I want it. And then I add my tab. I look at it. Will that hold it down, but not too close, because you don't want to, you want to be able to open it easily. So I'd say, I don't know if you can see that. That's where it ends, and this is where my tab is. So you've got a little space there. And then, whoop, I take my glue, glue it together. Then putting glue just on this part of my tab. Making sure I know where I'm putting it again. Hold it down. Get it roughly in the center, a little bit away from it, and right about there. There you go. Let that dry for a little bit so that the weight of your paper doesn't make it fly out open before you want it to. Excuse me, and make your tab fly off. That would not be good. So this is your basic. Now, also depending on how tall your journal is, you trim down or longer or however you want to do it. But anyway, so that's just your basic. And this is, again, like I said, a tutorial from Wendy at Wendy's Journal Adventures. And I will link that below. And this is your basic. And then it folds in, and after that dries a little more, this tucks under and holds it nice and secure. You can slip it into your journal. It stays relatively flat. Stays really flat. It's very nice. It's a great tutorial. Thank you, Wendy, and I hope that you enjoyed this and that it was helpful to you. And thank you for watching, liking, subscribing, and have a wonderful Saturday. Go out and yard sale. Bye-bye.